from. Great Britain, Belarus, Russia, the Netherlands and Romania are going to be fighting this one out for us from the start. We're just getting lined up, way up at the start there. That's Great Britain in lane 1. That's the grandstand side for any of you lucky enough to join us here.
Thank you.
Stroked by Catherine Douglas and coxed by Erin Misaki-Jones.
Thank you.
Next up, in lane 2, it's Belarus. They're stroked by Ina Nikulina and coxed by Yaroslava Pavlovic. Next up, in lane 3, that's Russia. That's stroke Alabatina Savkina and their cox Evgenii Terakov. That's the Russians. We're just moving on to the Netherlands. They're in lane 4 in front of me now. Monica Lance at stroke and Airi Nert is in the cox seat. Romania round out the field in lane 5. Laura Oprea in the stroke seat and Danidela Trunkia is the cox for them. I believe that the Belarusian cox Pavlovic is the oldest competitor here, born 1969.
Which makes him...
Well, I was hoping you were working that out.
Well, I would say that makes him about 47.
Yeah, I think that's about right, yeah. Yeah.
New British 8. They didn't race in Belgrade, but their coaches James Harris and Jane Hall, former international lightweight rower, have been putting this crew together.
That Belarusian 8 could be very interesting. It's made of 2 fours bolted together, more or less. They were 3rd and 4th in Belgrade, and before that last year they were 4th and 6th in Rotterdam. So now putting all that experience in together to see how that comes out. The Russians largely the under-23 8 from last year.
Always so much noise in the first few strokes of the 8 starters. We ride with the British as they power their way in the first 10 off to 15 strokes, just getting maximum boat speed, and the cox will call them into rhythm. It's a great start from the British up there in lane 1. The Romanians, well, closest to us, we've got the fantastic Laura Oprea, just got a gold medal in the pairs, what was it, an hour or so ago, and she is now going down the track again, Sam.
Yeah, she's certainly building up some miles this weekend, and in fact, as they go to first place, they've just got their bows forward, so perhaps experience is key. The more times you've been on the water, the better you'll do. That relegates Great Britain to 2nd place, although it's bow ball for bow ball, more or less. They come charging down. Russia in 3rd, going well with them. Belarus slipping early on.
Well, we saw the Romanians and the British race neck and neck in the demonstration race, the test race we had here back on Friday. Romanians took that race. They were probably about a second clear of the British at 500 metres, but of course then those 2 women hadn't really raced their hearts out in the way they did in the pair, Oprea and Beres. So the British might hope that there are some pickings there and possibly a gold medal to be had if they can produce something special.
Whilst it's a new crew in the Great Britain 8, they are defending a title as their compatriots last year in Brandenburg took home the gold medal, so they've got a lot to live up to, and at the moment it's Romania that they've got to try to pip to the post. Very, very strong history of women's 8s in Romania.
Slightly sort of parallax view you're getting. It's the Romanian bows in front. We're looking sort of from just ahead of the boats, and there's the incredible Laura Oprea, the 23-year-old who's already got a gold medal here. Her partner, Madalena Beres, 22, back in the middle of the boat. You won't be able to pick her out, but if you know about rowing, it's her in the 5 seat.
Through 750. Romania sit with half a length now to our early leader, Great Britain. Then 3rd is the Netherlands at the moment, ahead of Russia in 4th. Belarus, who we had expected to feature heavily, have dropped back towards the best of the field. The Romanians have got the best sweep experience, I think, at the field of 5 we've got on the water here. So we'll see what they can put together. At the moment, what they've put together is a convincing lead.
It is, and it's hard to see the British getting through the Romanians as long as the legs of Oprea and Beresh hold out, because they were dominant in the race for lanes. The Romanians seem to be back on form both in men's and this women's event here. They have really shown that they are forced to be reckoned with. And what's significant now, Sam, is the Dutch have had a great second quarter and come right back into contention for that silver medal with Britain.
They're only a little bit over a tenth now, a tenth of a second behind Great Britain, and in fact it looks like they may overhaul them very, very shortly indeed. So a bit of a turn up for the books perhaps there. Romania do look so strong in front. It's another quite a calm performance, I think, from them. They're rating now 37, so it's still a high rate. The momentum of the boat helps you maintain a higher rate in the 8, but that is going to take its toll before too long, I think. The Netherlands still hold second ahead of Great Britain.
Yeah, we might get a shot of the Dutch cocks. Irene Noort, she took them to 6th place in the Olympics. And Monica Lance, the Dutch stroke woman sitting ahead of her, was in that 8. Good combination to have at this time of the race in the third quarter, where it starts to hurt. Dutch looking smooth. British have made their move. Will they have anything left to challenge as this race unfolds?
We're just coming up towards 1,500 metres now, so we'll see what the separation is as they go through. Romania have got a length, but first we'll switch to the Dutch. As you see them there, they're on the move.
Really fluid finish from Caroline Florin, the daughter of the great Ronald Florin, who took Olympic gold back in 1988 in the men's double sculls, and she has all the smoothness and fluidity of her dad. Really powerful woman, holding the boat down in the 7th seat.
I think the one to watch here is Great Britain under serious threat now. Romania are through in first, then the Netherlands, then Great Britain now are only quarter of a second ahead of Russia.
I think the British made their move in the first quarter. They really went out to head Romania. They were brave, and I think they're paying for it now, because it's a head-to-head for Russia with the bronze medal. We'll see what they're made of. I think the Russians are just leading their bows through at the moment, that line of boys, but it's Holland on the chase to Romania.
Belarus have dropped realistically from that. That's Romania in front of me. You can see just the camera coming into the shot there. That's Romania with a full length ahead of the Netherlands, who in turn hold a length. I think first and second unlikely to be changed by the rest of the field.
Adelina Bogus, the 7 woman in the Romanian 8, the 28-year-old, is really stuffing it in. She's really anchoring that boat, allowing Oprea to do her thing. There we see the Romanian bow woman, Ioana Vricneu, riding shotgun up in the bow. You get a tremendous lift of the bows in a fast-moving 8, and Daniela Druncia, the Romanian cox, she knows that the gold medal is just inches away within her grasp, and she wants to keep it there.
Well, here they come. Is Romania at the front of the field. It's a mad dash for the line, not least at the back of the pack. It's Romania who still hold almost a length. It's about 3/4 now their advantage to the Netherlands, and then it's Russia. Russia have built a half-length advantage for Great Britain, and they will be taking home 9 brand new bronze medals. Romania lead the Netherlands. Russia take the line in 3rd. Great Britain make it in 4th place, and now filling up the Empire Grandstand, Belarus, the Formula 2 fours bolted together. But on your screens, well-deserved win of Romania. Still looking quite composed, actually, quite calm, all things considered, after a dominant performance from them.
Well, what are their legs going to be like tonight, those 2 women who have put together? There she is. I think that's Madalena Beresh, who took the bronze medal with Oprea earlier on this morning. Russians, they've got to be delighted with that, because the British beat them in the race for lanes, but they really did up their game in the second half of the race today.
Yeah, they certainly found another gear in there. They managed to own that. Here up at the start, though, you see the momentum start to build. You see the blades bend as they pile on. Tons and tons of pressure. That was Romania getting underway. You can see the splash from the Netherlands alongside them. There it is at the first 200. In fact, that's the last 200. Being urged on by the Romanian cox who steered them to victory, Daniela Druncia. It's
great to see a renaissance of Romanian rowing, and I think it's important for our sport going into the Olympics, Sam, with gender equality, that we do have these nations that have formerly been at the top of women's rowing and perhaps fallen a little bit by the wayside of late, coming back now.
Well, there's the full wind-up. Romania took the win in 6:10.35 ahead of the Netherlands 2.5 seconds later.